Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the CSL Redlands morning meditation. And my name is Sonja Prince, and I'm the practitioner this morning. And so I would like to invite you to join with me in this meditation. And we're just going to get to a comfortable position, feet on the floor, just however you would like to position yourselves for comfort. We're going to take a couple deep breaths. Inhale and release. Inhale and release. As we move our bodies and our mind and our soul into a sacred space, that sacred space where only God resides. Pay attention to our breathing and the rhythm of it. As we just slowly let any anxiety or any stress, any thoughts of negativity, any anxiousness, just want to allow those things to just melt away. As we go deeper and deeper into ourselves, we feel the warmth and the security of this place. We know that we are safe here. We know that we are protected. And now that we are in this beautiful place of relaxation and release, I'm going to take you on a guided meditation. Last we left off, we were on an island. We had been hiking in the mountains. We were in a high place, serenity and beauty. And we had made our journey together down to an alcove along the ocean, along the beach. And we were all together. And as we gather on this beautiful alcove, all we could see was beauty around us. The forest, the beach, beautiful white sands and the ocean blending in. And we were one with this magnificent place. And as we sat there on this beach, on this alcove, with this amazing fire warming our bodies, we were so in peace. We could feel the energy just moving and flowing through us. We can feel the presence of the divine warming our hearts and our souls. And we were joined in this beautiful area, this beautiful place where we sat. We were joined by the indigenous people who inhabited this island. And they smiled at us. And they brought gifts and food. And they welcomed us. And they shared all that they had with us. And they brought their music and their song to delight us in spirit and harmony. And we celebrated with them. We could feel the love as they could feel the love from our hearts, from our souls. What a beautiful day. And we rejoice in this day with our smiles and laughter. As all of our troubles just melt right away into this state of bliss and happiness and joy and peace and serenity. We are in the moment. We are in the presence, in the present of this moment. And we can feel the gratitude in our hearts. We can feel the gratitude of the people of this land who have poured out their hearts and their love to us as us. And whatever was bothering us before is no longer bothering us now. We are so thankful. We're so grateful. Because this is a healing moment for us in our hearts and in our souls. We are able to heal and renew and repair anything that was not serving us in the way that we desire for it to serve us. And how wonderful this feeling is. This feeling of love and to be loved. This feeling of gratitude, this feeling of gratefulness. We dance in delight. We let our bodies and our feet feel the sand and feel the energy from Mother Earth. Just come up through us and allow us to outwardly express our feelings. Our joy. And we sit there in this place as we calm ourselves. As we gather together and we look out over the ocean and we acknowledge the waves that are pouring in and pouring back out. We acknowledge the gentle breeze flowing across us. And we take note of just the beautiful surroundings that we're in. Nothing can touch us here. We have no care at all. We have left all that has troubled us far, far behind. And all we can feel at this moment, at this point in time, is magnificence. How magnificent are we? How enlightened are we at this state? How in love are we? with our world, with the people around us, with the thoughts of our family and our friends who are sharing in this moment with us. Because our energy radiates from us out into the world. Out into every corner, to every existence, to every land. Our power as one is unmistakable. And we send this healing power, this joy that we have, this inspiration that we have in this moment. We send it out to everyone so that they can share in what we are sharing in at this moment. And so that they are enlightened and that they feel joy and healing. That is what we're doing. That is what we're doing. And so now we just sit and contemplate this experience of our being and our presence. As the waves move in and move back out, recharging and regenerating not only us, but the world that we live in. And we are grateful. And so as we return our awareness to this room, to this space, we are renewed, we are enlightened, we are happy. And we are free. So as you begin to bring yourself back to this space, feel that energy and joy all around. And thank you for your participation today.
Thank you, Daryl. It was beautiful. And good morning, everybody. As you move back into the physical realm from the metaphysical, acknowledge your presence and welcome you to this beautiful winter morning. Take a look at the person sitting next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yay, yay. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Here let's make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. So is yours. And Gilman's and Daryl's. And Ann's and Mary's and Eileen's.
Good morning. Everyone, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone for joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube. And here in our beautiful sanctuary. My name is Eileen, or fill in the blank, I'm not sure. And it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Dr. Reverend Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, absolutely every background. All races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths, no matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you are here for the first time, please raise your hand. Ha! Okay.
Oh, hey.
That's Joe. He's been here one time. A gentle reminder to silence your cell phones, put them away in a secret place, and we can participate more fully into our service this morning. Well, we got some announcements for you, and most of them are on your bulletin, and I invite you and encourage you to take that bulletin home with you. It's got a calendar on the back. It's got all the information that you're going to need, all the links that you are going to need for all of these wonderful announcements. These are stunning announcements. These are not your average announcements. So you'll want to take them all home. We have a Christmas movie night coming up this Friday, and It's a Wonderful Life will be shown, and that is at 6 p.m. There is a potluck involved and a sing-along. Christmas Day, Sunday, December. We have got such a beautiful service in line for you. Really beautiful. We're going to be reading some poems, Christmas poems, really unique and beautiful Christmas poems. Each poem will be followed by a wonderful carol. And you're going to love it. So please plan to make CSL Redlands part of your Christmas morning experience. Amazon Smile, you know what we do with Amazon Smile. You do your shopping there, and then you can sign up and choose Redlands Center for Spiritual Living.
I just recently changed it, so it's Center for Spiritual Living.
Oh, right. Thank you, David. Okay, you're going to choose Center for Spiritual Living. That's a phrase that should be very familiar with you right now. And each time you shop, a portion of your shopping total will benefit us. Thank you for shopping and benefiting your CSL Redlands. Now there's, how many shopping days are left till next Sunday? So hustle. Wake Up and Meditate, a daily spiritual practice Monday through Friday, and this is hosted by Sonja, and it's from 8:30 to 8:45 in the morning. She reads a lovely passage from a really good book, and then we go into meditation for a short time. It's a great way to get your day going. Pre-service pray-in, practitioners are invited to pray in the practitioner room back there, Sunday mornings at 9:30. We pray for our center, congregation, friends, and spiritual director. All are welcome to join in this pray-in. Donate a meal for the women's shelter. Anyone interested in donating a meal or volunteering for the CSL Redlands Women's Safe Shelter, please speak with Jean Pagdalao. She's not here this morning, but I will, if you are interested, I will make sure that you have her connection. Volunteers are needed as well as food donations. For the lunch meat, condiments, lettuce, tomatoes, and fruit for the Sack Lunch Saturday food program. This is important because without volunteers and donations, this program will not be sustainable after December 31st. There's a lot of things that you can donate, and they are listed. Some of those are listed here. 1 Minute Miracle for our practitioners are available after service for prayers. What can we know for your highest good? Our practitioners are powerful, Seek their guidance, seek their prayers if you should choose to avail yourself of one of them. And then Sack Lunch Saturday, that was kind of involved with some of this other stuff here. Volunteers and food donations for Sack Lunch, and those are listed here. So please donate some of that stuff. We've got to continue this going. The Metaphysical Fair is Saturday, January 7th, the first Metaphysical Fair of the new year, 2023. God, I'm glad I can still count. Volunteers are needed for the ticket room and the floor monitor and the bell ringer. The bell ringer is a very important, very difficult job. Very difficult job. So talk to me about that, and I will tell you what you need to be able to accomplish as a bell ringer. It's not easy, but I know we have really, really smart people here at CSL Redlands. And I believe that'll do it, everybody. Have a beautiful service here. We enjoy your presence. We love your presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eileen. Eileen Swenson. So at this spot on your program, you might see that there is centering music. This is a Center for Spiritual Living, so I guess everything we do is centering music in a way, but the idea behind centering music is to set your consciousness, set your intent in a soft and easy place, in a quiet and centered place. And that's what the title of this is, beautiful little melody by Keith Jarrett called In Your Quiet Place. So I wouldn't dream of telling you how to find your quiet place. You know that better than anyone else.
All right, thank you, Al, for that beautiful music. It just touches my heart, and hope it touches everybody else's heart as well. We're going to prepare for our invocation. So I invite you to go within and just center yourselves around your heart space, that space where only God resides. And as I pull from my heart space the words of this invocation, I'm reminded by my granddaughters who has been with us for a couple days of just how unconditional love works. Because they are just free to love without any strings attached. And so they provide for me just something really special. And their energy is everywhere. Just like our energy, really. It's everywhere. It flows in us, through us, as us. And it is that divine presence in us that awakens us, that provides the awareness for us and the knowledge and the information, and provides the true guidance for our hearts and for our souls. And so we're just so connected. We're all connected in such a unique and special way to this divine energy and source. And it just allows us to be who we are, to express who we are, to give what we can give, and to enlighten the world and touch other hearts and other people. No matter who we meet, who we encounter, we are that light, the beacon of light that makes things good, makes things good in our world. And so we acknowledge that. We be that. And we share it. Just like our board members share of their energy, their knowledge, their expertise, and their talents. Just like our ushers share of their time and compassion. Just like the practitioners who are here and available for you and for you and for everyone. And for all the volunteers that come to this center and do amazing work around our community and around the center. You're truly giving people. You're truly blessed. You represent the very best. And for Sonja, my wife, our spiritual leader here, we bless her with her gifts, with her energy, with her love, and for the message that she's going to deliver for us today. We're just so thankful for her and for everyone that makes this center such a powerful statement in our community and in the world. And so it is. Okay, so the wisdom reading for this morning. Circle of life. The circle is a symbol representing the infinite, the first great cause before it moves into manifest form. The circle of life represents in its downward arc the coming of spirit into matter, and in its upward sweep, man's journey from gross materiality into pure spirit, his perfected state. And that is by Ernest Holmes' New Thought Dictionary, page 54. And another reading, it is not necessarily the length of your life that matters, but the quality of your life. And having a purpose, having love, people around you, and that you care for, and that care for you. And that's Hugh Jackman. And one last one. Underneath the religious traditions, there's a shared humanity. And that's by Joseph Mudd, professor of religious studies. Okay, Al, back to you, Al.
What, could you repeat that last one more time?
Yeah. Okay, it says, underneath the religious traditions, there's a shared humanity.
That's a perfect introduction for this song, so that's why I
All right.
wanted you to do this. So I'm not going to say another word. There's one power invisible, yet you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, yet you speak of it with every word you say. That seems mysterious until you know the truth. It's as simple as the love inside of you. You can call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you call it, it's just one power, don't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. We speak so many languages, wear different clothing, different colors, have different names. But difference only dangerous when we forget that in our hearts we're all the same. We'll remember when we close our eyes and see that those distances just aren't reality. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time. But whatever name you call it, it's just one power, don't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness, the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunlight on your face. It's the birthright of all nations, the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger you abandon for the love that's most deep. It's the power of the love that lies forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me.
Thank you, Al, very much for that beautiful, beautiful reminder that there's one power. And speaking of that one power, it connects us. He always has the right songs to sing that goes perfectly with the topic. How do you do that? So, good morning, everyone. My name is Sonja Prince. I'm the spiritual director here at Centers for Spiritual Living Redlands. I was reminded that I don't always say that. And if there are people watching on YouTube or on Facebook that has never come across us before, they don't know who I am. So that's who I am. So this one power, this one presence, this one that unites us all, it's really about community. And that's what we've been talking about this whole month, is community and identifying ourselves in this larger global community that we live in, and not just staying in our little boxes and our little communities that we create, but expanding to more global, going out of our comfort zone and meeting people right where they are. And so today it's about Ode to Joy is the topic for today. And Ode to Joy actually is a poem that was written by Friedrich Schiller in 1785. He was a German poet. And Beethoven took that and he made the Ninth Symphony from that. Right, Al? Yeah. That is. And it's called the Ode to Joy. But Ode to Joy is a tune about peace. Ode to Joy represents a triumph of universal brotherhood against war and desperation. And Beethoven, this was the first time that in his composing that he put lyrics, written words to it. He put a voice in the symphony. This Ode to Joy expresses the hope that the great Creator above would see all people united by happiness. When you sing it, it says, when you sing it, you are swept up in the passion. It is hard-going, tiring, and awkward, yet ultimately fulfilling. So this lady, Tracy K. Smith, she's a literary agent. She was exploring this idea of joy, and she did an adaptation to Friedrich Schiller's poem, Ode to Joy, and I'm going to read it for you today. It says, joy, beautiful spark of divinity. That is us. Oh, friend, my heart has tired. Oh, such darkness. Now it vies for joy. Joy bright, God's spark born of ever. Daughter of fresh paradise, where you walk once now walk rancor. Greed, suspicion, anger, fright. Joy, the breeze off all that's holy. Pure with terror, wild as flames. Make us brothers, give us comfort. Bids us pass such fear and hate. If you've loved another beauty, if you've loved carved the warmth of flesh, If your spirit is invested in another's sense of worth, lift your voice in touch by voice now. Let your song bring joy to earth. Lift your voice to touch my voice now. Let our song bring joy to earth. Joy like water, milk of mothers, kind and wicked all deserve. Joy's compassion freely given, joy which cannot be sold or earned. In the depths of blackest soil, in the lightness atmosphere, in the atoms and the ethers, animating all that is. Let us feel it, let us heed it, let us seek its deepest kiss. Let us live our brief lives mining that which joy alone can give. Battered planet, home of billions, our long shadow stalks your face. All were fractured, all were stolen, all were salt blind to your grace. Earth forgives us, claims us, lets us live in humble thanks and joy. Let our hearts wake from our stupor. Let us praise you in one voice. So that is Ode to Joy, this adaptation of it. Now, what is this thing we call joy? Joy is a feeling of great pleasure or happiness, it says. It comes from success, good fortune, or a sense of well-being. Gladness, something that gives joy, a joy to behold, joyless. The emotion invoked by well-being, success, or good fortune, prosperity, the expression of emotion, the state of happiness, a source of delight. But what is this thing, this joy we can't confuse with happiness, because happiness it works on conditions. I can be happy in one moment and not happy in another, sad in another moment. Because happiness is based on, it could be based on something outside of ourselves. It could be based on someone. I get my happiness from this person. I get my happiness from this thing. I get my happiness from whatever this vice is that I'm leaning into. So happiness and joy are entirely different. Joy is based on that God-giving presence. Joy is our divine birthright. We come here in joy. It is something that is within us. And so we can't get it confused with happiness, because happiness is fleeting. It comes and goes. But joy is that inner part of us that we can tap into anytime. It is the omnipresence of God within us that gives us that joy. So how do we express this joy? How do we express it? So joy is, in many faiths, is experiencing divine love and understanding, or an alignment with spirit. So that's what I'm talking about. The alignment with spirit is where we find our joy. Now, I'm not negating that there are things that happen in our lives that kind of knocks us off our kilter or knocks us off center. But what I'm saying is, at the very heart, at the very deep part of us, is the omnipresence of God, which gives us joy. So on Friday, I was able to go to a ribbon cutting. And it gave me such joy, because in the speeches that were being given, I was able to tap into that inner part of me and just kind of listen with my heart. There was a lot of people making speeches and things like that, but this one young lady got up and she talked about, I don't know if you know that the city of Redlands, in conjunction with Shangri-La Construction and the Good Night Inn, they have these beautiful 99 rooms that they're renovating for our homeless population. And so on Friday, they had a ribbon cutting, And they had some stage rooms on how these rooms are going to be. And I'm so delighted and enjoy because of the outpouring of love and support in this community. And actually, the governor actually came on the Zoom and was talking about how many other communities are doing this. And I'm not sure what the number is, but the number was in the thousands of communities that have these, opening up these different hotels and things like this to house their homeless. And these people go through a rigorous process, and they're vetted, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I just felt that joy in my core that came up when this young lady was talking about it, and she was talking about it as community. She was speaking about the other. Because this community and the people that are in this community are providing this beautiful place, these people that will be transitioning over to these beautiful units, they're not other. They're not other. She said that these units are near stores and shopping and pharmacies and transportation, and it's not outside. So we're not just sticking the people over here and saying, have a good day, but we're welcoming them into this community with joy and with love and compassion. And that's what I found. I was in such awe in this whole thing, and to hear this young woman speak. So, so this thing called community that we live in is an invisible membrane, it says, that we live inside of. Community is where we play out our lives on a larger scale, both consciously and unconsciously. And so how do we establish this joyfulness in our community? How do we do that? It's when we get in touch with being in and of service, is when we can reach out and find joy. That's one way. Another way is we had here on Friday night a concert called Christmas in the Ukraine. And we raised quite a bit of money that will go to the Ukraine. Right now they're facing their winter. It's pretty cold. And I know that they showed a video that showed that they had given shoes to the kids, the youth. And so we have 2 centers in the Ukraine that we're providing support for. And that's how you find that joy. That's how you tap into your community, by giving, by welcoming, being a safe haven for people that may not look like you look, may not subscribe to the same things you subscribe to, but we don't treat them as other. We treat them as community. We welcome them in. They are a part of this human family. This is where we find our joy. This is where we can find our joy. So like I said, joy gives us the assurance that whatever we are facing in this life, whether it be hard for us, we have an omnipresent God that is bigger than all of it. It's bigger than all of these problems that we may be facing. And I'm not saying that you don't face them. We have to walk through the fire to get to the other side. We have to walk in the eye of the storm, the hurricane, the storm is calmness. I was talking to a friend of mine that she and her daughter was going through some things. And I said, how did you get through it? And she said, I sat down. I put away all things. I turned off all the television, the electronics, and I got into a quiet place. And when I got into that quiet place and I listened, I was able to come to that calmness, that peace that passes understanding. And that's how she got there. And we say in this philosophy that our spiritual practice is one of the wonderful things that we have in our toolbox. whatever that looks like for you, meditation, visioning, just going into the silence and the stillness, and not using this, but using this and this to listen, and using this, listen with your heart. Find out what Spirit's highest idea for whatever the situation that you find yourself in is. What is it? You know, it's like the midwife that's working with the mother that's giving birth. When you're giving birth to something new, when you're giving birth to a baby, it's pretty darn hard, isn't it? For all the women who have faced childbirth, raise your hand. When you're going through it, it's not pleasant at all. But we have to walk through that storm. We have to bear that pain. And on the other side of that pain, once that baby is out, it's all joy. At least that was my experience. I didn't even think about the pain anymore. So that's what we have to do in our lives. This thing just shift. Sometimes when we're facing adversity, to find our joy, we have to walk through the fear, walk through the storm, walk through the fire. And on the other side of that is bliss. On the other side of that is joy. Right? Has anybody in here had that? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Thank you. Thank you. Emmett Fox has a book, and in his book he says, don't focus on the problem, focus on God. And so I have a friend, her name is Alethea, and she says when she's facing something, she just goes to that book and says, God is with me, God is with me, God is with me, God is with me. And it takes her from out of that situation, not really out of the situation, but she can find her peace. She can find her joy when she focuses not on the problem, but on God, on Spirit, on that omnipresence. So I hope she's not mad that I shared that. So this past Friday, I don't know, am I jumping around a bit? This past Friday, we had a concert here, and we raised a lot of money. I did talk about that before. A lot of money for the Ukraine. And so that is something that Gilman here, our music director, stand up, Gilman, he produced. And Al Yankee, our pianist today, was part of that. And he had a group of people, what do they call the Neverleys? Like the Everleys, but they were the Neverleys. And they performed too. So it was a beautiful experience of giving. It was a beautiful experience of community, and not just community here, but community abroad, that global community, that community in Ukraine that we're supporting. So when we do things like that, we get to step out of our comfort zone. We get to step out of these little groups that we call community, and we get to expand. We do things here at CSL Redlands that helps us to reach out to a larger community. We have our vegan depot that we have 2 Saturdays a month. We have our metaphysical fair that we have. We actually reach out to the community by going to our RAKE meetings, which is our Interfaith Council meeting. So we're reaching out to the larger community, and we're part of it here. We're part of it here in our community, and we're part of our global family as well. So that's what we do here at CSL Redlands. So I invite you to do that in your communities as well, whatever it looks like. Go to a larger idea of what community is for you. I said last week, when you look into the community and the place that you call community, look for who's missing, who's not at the table, who doesn't have a seat at the table, and invite those people in. Invite those people in, because that's where we find our joy, in community and doing things in our community. So joy gives us an assurance that whatever we are facing in this life is not hard for our God. Some people said, you can't outbox my God. So, so in our We Believe statement by Ernest Holmes, it says, we believe in the individualization of spirit in us, and that we are people, all people are individualizations of that one spirit, which simply means we are one. Like Al's saying, there's one power and we are one with it. We are each one with God. So I want to show you a video right now, and I want you to look at this video and listen to what the words that she's saying, and then take it into your hearts and figure out what it means to you with joy. So David, if you could play that, please.
Joy as something that we have to seek, make space for, welcome, and it's harder and bigger than happiness, I think. Joy is a gift, but it's also, I think, a kind of choice or sacrifice even to invite and admit something large, something that's pointed equally at you as at others, and something that maybe we can work to build or to make grow. I think about that a lot as a parent. When you become a parent, happiness is a different thing, right? It's work. It's I cry all the time when beautiful things happen, and the difficult things make me feel like I need to change. And I feel like that's what joy feels like to me. I don't think I knew it truly when I was a younger person, thinking mostly just about my own wishes and needs. But also the moment in America and the moment in the world that we inhabit seems terrifying to me. And it seems like a moment where the work of joy and the work of offering, the work of humble reflection is vital to essentially our survival as a species, is what I really think. So it felt like a good way of thinking actively about these urgent questions.
So what does joy mean to you in your life? And how do you express it? Have you really looked at it? Have you really evaluated what that means to you? So I invite you to evaluate it now. Evaluate it, write it in your journals. Just contemplate, do some mindfulness and contemplate, what does joy mean to you? Are you choosing joy in your life? Are you choosing to tap into that inward presence that you're never separated from and find that joy? I know there's a lot of distractions out there. You know, how many people are guilty of jumping up in the morning and grabbing their cell phone? I have been guilty of that. You know, and not going within first thing in the morning and finding that peace, finding that joy, connecting with that source that is always present. It's omnipresent. So we have to do that. There is a minister that I follow on Facebook, and she has a podcast or Facebook Live that says, wake up and say thank you. Wake up and say thank you. Thank you for breath. Thank you for life. So we can choose joy. We can always choose joy. We are always, Reverend Frank Mastoza used to say, we are always at choice. We are always at choice. You can choose consciously or unconsciously. It's up to you. So what are you choosing? I want to choose joy. I want to wake up and say thank you for the breath that I'm breathing, for the life that I'm living, for the relationship that I have and the relationships that I'm building, for the community that I'm building outside of my home, outside in Corona, outside in Redlands, outside to this global community. We envision a world that works for everyone. We envision a world that works for everyone. Daryl talked about his joy. His joy is based on little people. That's not his only joy, but he expressed that so beautifully when he talked about our grandchildren. And they were over. They just left this morning. And boy, are we tired. But it just makes me smile. It just lights me up inside when I think of them. But I know that they are part of my happiness. My joy comes from the omnipresence of God, of Spirit. So I just want to say in closing, what are you choosing? What are you choosing in your life? Because I am choosing joy. Thank you. The affirmation for today and today's talk given by Centers for Spiritual Living is, I am one with the circle of life. So can we say that together? I am one with the circle of life. One power, one presence, the circle of life. Thank you very much.
There we go. Thank you, Sonja. So Beethoven wrote this little tune, right? The Ode to Joy. Many of you probably know it. If you think you don't know it, you probably know it anyway, because it's kind of part of our culture, like a lot of songs. Kind of goes. Well, that's the abbreviated version, but you recognize it, yes? So I was looking around. I saw, when the talk is a song title, I go, well, I got to do the song. But then I looked at the original lyrics, and they're all in German, and I didn't think that was going to work. So then I looked around, and I knew people had done a lot of versions of it. Some of you might have known it as Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. That's the way I first learned it in Sunday school way back when. It's a beautiful song, and actually it's very well written, the lyrics for Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. But it was just, I'm going to be honest here, way too Christian for me. And I get to choose. So I looked and I looked and I looked, and I probably spent a couple of hours going down the rabbit hole on the internet. And finally I reached the conclusion that I always reach, oh yeah, I got to write some. Oh yeah, it's going to be up to me. So that's what I spent the next couple of hours doing. And wouldn't you know it, fits right in with Sonja's talk. Talking about community, talking about where do we get joy from within, but what's within the divine, and how does joy express in the world when we recognize it in others? I'm paraphrasing everything she just said. I'm kind of putting it into a capsule like you do with lyrics. So here we go. David's got the first verse on there, the verse and chorus, kind of all combined. You already know the melody, so if you feel like muttering along, I know it's the first time, so you might feel free to mutter. It's just fine. Muttering is allowed. rise to your feet. May the wind be at your back, and may the sun shine on your face. May the rain fall soft upon you, and your days be filled with grace. Recognize that one? That's the old Irish blessing. Anybody here Irish? My DNA says I am, so I guess. Join the joyful celebration. See yourself in everyone. Witness your divine reflection, showing that we all are one. Namaste to friends and sisters, angels walking incarnate, divine beauty out and inwards, perfect and immaculate. Forgive my fumble fingers. It's first time, right? It's a world premiere, and you're part of it. Join the joyful celebration. Now's the time to lose all care. Raise your hands in exultation, plunge them high into the air. Dance and sing in free abandon, open like a butterfly. Feel your heart's maze keep expanding. Lift your spirit to the sky. Lift your spirit to the sky.
Thank you so much, Al. Oh, now it's time for our conscious giving. So I invite you to consider that the same portal from which you give is indeed the same portal from which you receive. So let's expand and be bigger and bolder givers so we can become bigger and bolder receivers. So I invite you to place your offering over your heart and repeat after me. David has up that we at CSL Redlands take PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Facebook, Pay Accepted.
Take your phone, that goes directly to our donation.
And if you take a picture of that little thing on your phone, it goes right to donate. I've seen those little things at restaurants. They don't give you menus anymore. You have to get your phone out and see what's on the menu. So, David, if you could put the affirmation that we read together.
Yes.
Thank you.
There it is.
Okay, let's read it together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing, and thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your your sharing. And thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And I bless these gifts and these tithes and offering, knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and know the truth right here and right now. And together we affirm it and declare it by saying, and so it is. And so it is. All right. So let's just take a deep breath. Breathe in all this joy that comes from within. Just anchoring ourselves in the knowing of that one power and that one presence that I call God. You can call it Spirit, the universe. Al talked about a lot of things. Whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and in me. So we anchor right into that place where we know that there's only God. And we are one with that presence. We are the individualized expression of the one. There's this circle. And so we say that this circle is God and we are right in it, right in the center of it. So all the attributes, the love, the peace, the joy, the perfect health and wholeness, all of that is contained within us as it is in God, as above, so below. And so we just give thanks for that. And we know that as we continue to be here, a loving, living presence on this planet, what's ours to do is show love, is show gratitude, is let that light within us shine so bright. It shines in love and acceptance for our community, for others. And as we allow that light to shine in ourselves and we tap into that joy and peace and love within ourselves, we allow others to do the same. We become a living, breathing demonstration of the one. Jesus, our master teacher, walked the planet in that knowing, in that love, in that compassion, in that spirit of community. And all those people that were the others on the outside of the community, he was with them. He brought them in, saying that we are all one. And so we can do the same thing right here. And that's ours to do. Call in love, call in joy, call in community. Give back to our community. So, David, can you put up our affirmation that we all read together? And so we read this affirmation together because we know that this is the truth. Our mantra, this is the truth of our being, this mantra, and we all say it together in closing this service today. So let's read this CSL Redlands mantra together. Anything and everything that has heretofore blocked, hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed our highest and best good in regards to receiving our abundance and supply has no power and is released back to the nothingness from which it came and is replaced with the truth that God is at hand now as our divine source, supply, and sufficiency now. and this is who we are.
I used to think I'd always be alone and separate, misunderstood. Spent my days in quiet desperation, but you know, on the outside things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple, it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There is no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. How about you? I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. Sound pretty good.
I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open.
I am walking with my eyes wide open.
I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open.
Wide open. Wide open. Nice. Go out there and make it a great week.
Thank you, Al.